Tuesday, the 10th of December 2013. Here's the latest update from Neil Keenan.
Hi there, I'm feeling a little bit better. Apparently I'm back in Indonesia. You have to go back where the lions are. But you know something? They've told me that there won't be any more confrontations like we've had. The last one where they thought they would snatch me, they ended up being snatched themselves. They might have had a plan, but they were also caught on the telephone jibber-jabbering, as they said. And the family and the Pentagon knew about it, and they more or less merged for that one occasion. And while the Mercs were going up the hill, the mountain, to catch me, with other people with me at the time, there was another group of people behind the Mercs following them up. So there was a trap in place, really, by the people who picked me up, and which I didn't know at the time. It was an amazing story. I was watching on a camera. Inside television is like a screen, computer screen inside. There were 10 screens, and I could see most of the people coming up the hill or the mountain again, and could see them running around and shooting at bears and things because they thought there were people, and it sort of screwy. They were shooting at bears and deer, and I mean, they were hunting, but they were already in the compound at that time. 11 of them were snatched and delivered, turned over to who they turned over to, I don't know, but I wouldn't want to be them. So I'm okay, and it was very strange. And yeah, I did get out wearing a wig, and I did get out with a hat, and I did get out with my sunglasses. I walked right through them, even with the bad leg, and permiso me. But I had bags blocking my lip, and it pulled it off. And when I walked out the door, then I had the family come up and somebody touched my arm, and I went with him to meet with the others and do a whole bunch of them. I was protected. So that was good. And anyway, in the end, I came out okay. They didn't. And from what I understand, they've stopped that now. They don't want to continue it. And so I've been here a week and I haven't seen anything. There is no clutter. We're going to be able to do our job here when I come back. I'm setting everything up now. I'm doing some things now. I'm meeting Nelu tomorrow. I'm meeting M1 tomorrow. But this Wolfgang Strzok, whatever his name is, forget about it, please. Don't listen to the nonsense. Don't listen. He tried to join himself to my case in New York, and the judge threw him out. Okay, I think that was Wolfgang. I'll check with my lawyer. If not, I apologize to Wolfgang. But I do know Wolfgang, and I know who he is and what he is and everything else. And what he isn't is he's not M1. Okay? Never will be. Anyway, okay, now let's get into this Abbott thing in Australia with George. And, you know, Abbott. Get off his back. Get off his back. The guy's trying to do good things for the people. The guy wants to work. You know, you're a globalist, and it's time to stop the crap. We all know who you are. Everybody knows who you are in Europe and Asia. You know, so your country must know who you are, and I'm sure they sure as hell don't like a globalist being their leader, because it means that they're going to suffer. Look at the fields that are flooded because of what the Cabal did to Australia. And all the vegetables that were destroyed. It was their staple of food there at that time, I believe. And it happened because you did nothing about it. They used to hop on that. Okay, Mr. Abbott. One more time. Listen to what I'm saying, because it may be funny, but you know, you're not Costello. Remember that. You're Abbott. Okay, now let me get into real things. Abbott's not a real thing. He's playing games though. The Japanese Emperor and George Soros have met. They plan. They're plotting to steal, as I told you before, the gold in Indonesia, the assets in Indonesia, actually, from the elders who hardly can defend themselves. So that brings us to another point. What's going to happen if they take them? Well, they're not going to take them, because in the very near future we're going to have in-house security, which we're going to be bringing here, which will take care of the elders. No one else protects the elders. We're going to bring some people to protect them. They're good people. They need help, and they don't deserve to be put in the middle of something, a war, for example. Or as my wife says, wah. We don't need a wah, okay? And Abbott needs his wah-wah, but they don't need a wah. So let's just figure a way to stop that, and that's by bringing in our own people and getting things done, okay? Shinzo Abe, Benjamin's friend over there in Japan, he's joined forces with the Rothschilds. Just so you know, he's they're like I said, they're implementing their Agenda 21. They're not stopping. They don't want to fight with me anymore. It's taking too much time, and it's taking too much time for us too when we could be working. But we have to get through the clutter. We got through the clutter. Now we're working at getting things in position so we can implement them, so we can use them. One of them would be the taking down of Europe. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. The bottom line is Europe is the head of the body between the United States and Europe. Okay, Europe is in control. They've been in control for a long time, and it's not going to change. Okay, so we have to go after the European Union. We have to go after Mario Draghi. We have to put things into place to deal with them. So that's something we have to do. We have to take care of that. Okay, we will take care of that. After the new year, we're going to concentrate on it. Right now, I'm putting things in place. Later, we'll do them. Okay, we have enough good people that we're talking to that I believe we can get this thing out there. Okay, getting back to it, we're talking about the European Union. It's being held up by pins, little toothpicks. Those dollars that they're using, those euros, have no value whatsoever. What they're using to pay for their backing on the assets, which is the gold, it's fake notes. Fake notes. So we'll go after them and we'll close them up, and they can run back to Goldman Sachs and get the hell out of Europe. They don't belong there. Okay, that's the end of them when we do that. Just so you know. They can't do anything in the States at that point because they don't have the City of London anymore running healthy. They'll be running weak. So we're going to do an in-house PR. We're going to do an in-house security to protect the elders. Wow. The Rothschilds met with the South Korean president as well. And no, he wasn't running around like I read sometime today or heard sometime today, begging. Nobody was begging. Rothschild wasn't begging. Biden wasn't begging when he came to Europe, to Asia. Biden actually demanded. And that's where the problem will come in when South Korea starts fighting with China, which is what the push is for the globalists right now. You got the Japanese already one way, you got Australia another, you got South Korea. They've all been working with the globalists. You had Cameron over here, you had Hillary over here, you had Obama over here, you had them all over here. They all for the same thing, get the Chinese. Okay? In order for them to finish and complete Agenda 21, they have to take down the Chinese. That's not going to happen, but I'll tell you what will happen is we'll put them back into power if we fight with them, because they'll be the ones who are funding the fight. That's how they began and that's how they'll continue. The countries will just have to keep paying. The problem in the European Union is that the deal is that they all, this is Angela Merkel who's actually in place of this whole damn thing. What they have to do is they have to put the pressure on each and every one of the European countries so that they go deeper and deeper into debt, so that the European Union actually has control of that market, that entire continent, and they can do as they wish. When they have control of that continent, which is why we have to take them down, okay, that's when America will go into war with China. That's the plan. Okay, it's crazy. And then you got the thing with Geithner, which I sent out there a while back, and communism basically is what we're talking about. And we've been worked out with the Rockefellers and the Club of Rome, and the Committee of 300's involved too with the Geithners. And the Geithner, by the way, is the head of the CFR now, whether believe it or not, and put there by the Warburg-Pinson's family and the Club of Rome. So, jeez, I just spit out a whole bunch. They're working with he's working with the Pinsons, Warburg-Pinson's group out of New York. So, it doesn't change. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They need to fight. They need to have that big fight. If they can't get World War III, they'll have a fight with China. China doesn't want to fight. But you know something? This is for the generals now. If you people are serious, and I hope you are, I apologize, by the way, for letting the information go about the nuclear warheads in Charleston and how they had been detonated in the sand beds, the ocean beds. I was told that I could get that out, and I did, because I did what I was told. I could get it out. I could, but I find out now he made a mistake telling me that, and so my apologies. But you know something? When I look back at it, in 2020 hindsight. It's as good now as it was then. Everybody needed to know what happened. 22 to 26 million people were going to die, and you know something? That's not something you keep quiet, not amongst ourselves. We don't do that to our own people. You know, just remember, some of that blood you're talking about is our blood, and you know, so it's not our blood, it's somebody else's blood. So, you know, we're all one in this. So if you're serious about handling the situation on that side, and once you get something together, contact me somehow, and I'll go to the family and I'll see if I can get some financing. Okay? But it's got to be done. They're not just going to throw money around. They're not going to do that, and they don't like giving a dime for anything like this. It's not them. But I'll do my best to try to put in place. In the meanwhile, we'll do what we can do here on this side to tie it up and to make it real mucky for them in the European Union. If I can get this thing in place in the European Union, it's all over. They don't have any, but the head's off. The city of London's down. So you know, the way I look at it is we're not in bad shape. We're just in a position where we really have to do certain things in order to get the results we want. And it's not difficult to do the things we want. Okay? Now, I want to see Nailu tomorrow. I'll let you know before I leave here what's happening with Nailu. He now has a case number, finally. And I think Nailu will be out of that place very shortly, but I've said it before. And he doesn't belong there. And we got a lawsuit already drawn up, international complaint, that's really solid. And that makes, boy, just wonder how they can do that to that kid. He didn't deserve this, and Scott and Wagner and Dewey and Tina who created the situation for Nailu, and his father-in-law, of course. Well, you know, they should all go to hell for what they've done to that kid and his family. Scott, you talk about how you're going fishing and everything. It's anonymous in one of those things, and I'm a blowhard. I'm going to tell you something, Scott. You know something? You'll never be retired because nobody will do a deal with you. You know, your reputation is shattered throughout the world. Not because of me, because of you. You know, because of your mouth, promising. On the other hand, let's get back to one final note, and that's it's Christmas and the holidays, and I wish everybody the best. Jeannie, be a good girl. She's out of trouble. I'll call you in a few minutes. And Michael, behave yourself. I know your thoughts. And everyone else, Joe, Mitchell, you know, Laugh, geez, so many, Greg, Drake, everybody. You know, happy holidays. Most of you didn't even know I was coming. I snuck out the back door. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. You know, this had to be done, and there's nobody here. You know, it's safe. Right now it seems safe. So I just wish everyone a happy holiday. Wish everybody all the best, and we'll see how it turns out, but it should be in our favor. Okay, Merry Christmas. Bye-bye for now. I'll do one more before Christmas. Bye-bye. One thing I forgot to say, and you know, and I just don't know how to say it. You know, George, you're having a hard time with this guy. You know, the only thing we can do about this is call him and let him know. Okay, Mr. Rabbit, we're going to keep calling you if you don't get off George's back. Bye-bye for now. Enjoy your night, too.